So a lot of people ask me who's my GOAT. All right. People ask me that. They say, Clan, who's your GOAT? No one asked me that. I say Michael Jordan. But you know who I hope will become the GOAT? Victor Wembanyama. And with being the GOAT comes a lot of responsibility. Okay. It's a lot of accountability. Whether we want to admit it or not, there is also a little bit of morality that goes into the play as well when people choose their GOAT, right? Like how decent of a guy were you, right? Like, okay, you didn't have to be the best person in the world. You could have been a jerk on the court. Like, are you charismatic? You know, are you pretty clean cut? You know, just that type of stuff. You know, what do you stand for, right? I think people actually do care about that when it comes to the GOAT discussion. Like, what did you stand for? And I'm gonna say this right off the bat. All right, this isn't super brave from Vic. This isn't super brave, but I will say it's based. It's very, very based. So this person isn't getting credit for it, but big shout out to Jay Strand for actually using this clip. But so the NBA history, I don't know why they do this. I don't know, man. I think that we should be a little bit meaner to legends. I don't care if you were horrible in doing something like this. I don't care. So they posted Karl Malone. They said, "Hey, Karl Malone, happy birthday, happy 62nd birthday, man. You're the GOAT." And then they just like posted all these achievements that he had in the NBA. And Wemby reposted this. This is what Wemby had to say.
What? Oh no, see that's what we not better do. Police, lock his ass up. Yes, you need to be under the jail. Like what? What you say? Yeah, arrest him immediately.
Exactly. I don't understand this, man. I think too often we just like try to say, I'm tired of it, bro. I can't do it. You can't do it all the time. With certain things you can do it. You can't do this all the time. Separating the art from the artiste, right? Like people always bring that up. Can't you just separate the art from the artist? To an extent, bro. To an extent. But when that person's art put them in a situation or put them in a position of power where they used, you know, their artistic ability to hurt other people, no, you can't just separate the two. All right, you can't just separate the two, right? So no, like, and there's certain things where, you know, sometimes it's a little bit more ambiguous and you don't really know what happened with certain things, you know, or you know somebody did something questionable, like sure, but it wasn't, you know, you just don't know. Like, okay, all right, fine, that's fine. But when we know, no, I can't separate it. I can't say, we can say, oh yeah, you were good at this thing. Who cares? I don't care. Yeah. Throw him in the jail. All right. We're talking Bill Cosby here. Okay. We're talking about R. Kelly here. All right. Like these are absolute monsters. I don't care. I don't care. And Karl Malone is no exception. Okay. I don't care. I'm fully on board with Wemby right here. So if you guys don't know what he did, which you probably should, but I don't know. I guess the NBA swept it under the rug for so long. But he impregnated a 13-year-old girl when he was the age of 20. That's all you really need to know. When he was a grown man, he impregnated a 13-year-old girl. I still watch The Cosby Show. Oh, well, the other actors are fine, I guess. I never really liked The Cosby Show, though, to be honest with you. I never really liked it. I never really liked it. Yeah. They do a good job of hiding it. They really do. They really do. So this was reported. Actually, this was brought up. So this is the thing, right? I've seen some people with this response, because I'm probably all over the place. With this response from Vic, I saw so many weirdos in the comments. It's no surprise. It's Twitter, right? But like so many people are just like, man, this ain't that big a deal. This happened a long time ago. And it's like, look, this person, Karl Malone, did not get the accountability those years ago. Okay? He just didn't. No one brought it up. No one cared. They were like, oh, he's too talented. He brings us money. Let's sweep it under the rug. The fact that you weren't put on blast back then does not mean that today we should just be like, oh, it wasn't that big a deal. No, that's actually horrible. That's actually genuinely horrible. I'm 40, so it's nostalgic. Wait, I'm a little confused. Rest in peace, Jamal. Oh yeah, that was really sad. Yeah, I guess I would go back and watch the Bill Cosby show just for that. Poor guy. Yeah, and he was with his family too, wasn't he? I don't know. That was rough. I don't know. What's up? Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at the chat right now. All I want to say is there's really no commentary to this, honestly. Like, if anybody wants to debate whether or not he should be put on blast or he shouldn't like get any love whatsoever, like I don't know. I don't really want to argue with you about this. Where we just have two different moral frameworks here. I feel like when you were that horrible and that terrible, who cares? I mean, yeah, you can acknowledge that at this time, this person got me through some tough times, right? But at the same time, if they've been using that power and that thing that they were really great at to hurt other people, then I don't care. I don't care anymore. It's very similar. Like, I'm a huge, hopefully nothing ever comes out, okay? But don't put too much faith in celebrities, okay? You guys know I'm a huge Eminem fan, very impactful in my life. Love Eminem, right? I mean, his last album, it was very much so old man yells at clouds. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? But he has some really great verses in there. I'm not going to lie. He has some really great verses. That Fuel verse, oh my God. But if something came out that Eminem, you know, during the course of his career, he was doing something or did something to hurt other people or like underage people or something like that, then I can't, bro. Good conscience. I can't support it anymore. It's like, it would be sickening. I just can't do it. Right. I can't stomach it. So yeah, you can acknowledge that he was really good, but I don't want to see the National Basketball Association posting things, about how great of a player he was. I don't want to see that. And I let a few fans do that. They can argue about it, but I don't want to see this mega company doing that. That's all I'm saying. Reason I can't even listen to Drake the same. I don't get too mad at people that say that they still listen to Drake. It's like, Drake's a weird one, man, because it's like, there's evidence that maybe he did, but I don't know. I don't know with Drake. I don't know with Drake. My issues with Drake was far before these allegations. It was way before. It was. I actually started having problems with Drake around the started from the bottom era, where I was like, okay, you're not being yourself anymore, bro. And then when he just started trying to take from all these different subcultures of hip hop, it bothered me. It bothered me for the longest. So it was nice to see Kendrick call that out. And people don't even think about that. People don't think about most of the diss tracks that he did towards Drake was about that specifically. Even Not Like Us, the last verse was about that. And I thought that was the best verse of the song. So those are the reasons why I didn't like care for Culture Vulture. Exactly. He felt like a culture vulture after a while. But yeah. What are we talking about? Oh, and I know that this is going to be a little controversial. Like, some people are going to say, no, you can separate the art from the artist, right? I think to an extent. But sometimes you just can't do it, right? You just can't do it. Sometimes you just can't do it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we're talking about films, right? Like, let's say that there's an actor or something that has like some very questionable allegations against them. But then when it comes to film, there's so many other people involved, right? There's multiple different actors, there's directors, there's writers, there's so many people that, you know, that worked on this project that you can kind of appreciate the project as a whole. And I guess you can do that a little bit with artists as well, because there's multiple people that work on this stuff, but I don't think it's to the same extent, you know? I don't know. But like the Cosby Show, it's literally the Bill Cosby Show. It's very hard for me to, yeah, I don't know. It's nuanced, okay? Not everything's just black and white, I guess. But I personally don't want to support these monsters. Can't even listen to R. Kelly, man. Listen to R. Kelly is really difficult. Trying to listen to an R. Kelly song. Especially when you know the history. Little Bill. I never even liked Little Bill, so who cares? Oh, dude, that's awesome. You got to watch it? Train to Busan did not disappoint, by the way. Oh, okay, you're from the so we were talking, it's been a while since I went live. We were talking a minute ago. You finally got to see it. Cool. Yeah, that's a good movie, bro. Like that's top tier. I think I got it on my top 10. Yeah, that movie's awesome, bro. Yeah, exactly. R. Kelly is worse, hardest, because he's literally singing about his crimes. That's what makes it bad. Like, age is not nothing but a number. I think even Fortunate, and like you find out like all these girls he was saying that this song is about you. Like, it's sick, bro. It's literally sick. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I probably should say this as well. I don't think that you're a bad person if you engage in like watching certain things from questionable people. I don't think that you're a bad person. It's just, for me, it's very hard for me to separate it. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to sit here and I can acknowledge that, okay, you were good at this thing, but I'm not going to sit here and like praise you over it. Right. Like the Hulk Hogan thing. Like, there were so many people posting like, man, Hulk Hogan, legend. You were so great. And I'm just like, yeah, he was a good wrestler, but he's also very racist. Clan, when I was in high school, adults were talking about the R. Kelly tape like it wasn't a child. Yeah, and that's the thing. Our views have just gotten so much better over time, right? Like that, the R. Kelly tape was being sold like left and right back in the day. And our attitude towards that type of thing was always like victim blaming, right? I actually think that's where the Me Too movement kind of came in and kind of shifted how we viewed some of these cases. Because yeah, at that time it was very like victim blaming. It's like, that's R. Kelly. Like, who wouldn't want that, you know? It was pretty bad. I think you probably seen it, obviously, but like, I think a lot of people should watch like the Boondocks episode on R. Kelly. It came out like 2006, man. Dang, Boondocks. It's been a while. But I think that's a really good episode on the whole R. Kelly thing, how people actually reacted to it. It was so bad. My check for those kind of things is, would I probably state I support this artist creator in a crowd of people? I don't know. If the answer is no, then I don't support it. That's a good point. Gary Neal did what? Don't tell me that. This whole time I've been supporting Gary Neal. No, he didn't. He said that's a terrible point. What, the whole like, would I support this in a crowd of people type thing? I don't think that's that bad of a point. I don't think that's that bad a point. I mean, it is very reliant on how the masses feel about something. I will say that. But as a general rule of thumb, I don't think it's that bad. No, y'all, you're not going to throw Gary Neal. No, you guys aren't going to do that. In which 3 members of the men's basketball team, Gary Neal, Michael Cleves, were accused of rape. Two separate incidents. One allegation related to an encounter in 2003 where one man's basketball player was accused of raping one woman's basketball player. These charges were dismissed in 2005 after the accuser decided not to proceed. Oh, that's not good. Okay, the other allegation related to an incident in 2004 where 2 Other members of the basketball team were accused of raping a female basketball player. These two were acquitted. Okay, who are the two? Page unavailable. I guess I would need more details. That first one doesn't sound good, though. The accuser decided not to proceed does not sound good. Allegedly? Allegedly, obviously. And I don't mean that in a he actually did it, but I have to say allegedly type of way. Like, I literally know nothing about this. I have no idea. That's crazy. All right. Anyways, I think we spent too much time on this anyway, so let's move on.